Adobe has developed an artificial intelligence-powered image creator and claims that it did not use the work of artists without their consent to develop the technology. The company has released a new AI program called Adobe Firefly, which will introduce a range of effects for video editing. The program can generate music and sound effects based on a few text prompts, making it easier to find the right background music and sound effects. Adobe's software is also a video identification system that can recognize what's in the actual video and suggest the right background music or sound effects. The program has a feature that uses natural language to change the color scheme of the video, making color grading much easier. The program also has a feature that can auto-transcribe multiple speakers, which can expedite the video creation process. According to Adobe, their system has only been trained on licensed or copyright-free content and has not utilized the artwork created by various artists available on the internet. The AI image generator includes a range of creative generative AI models. The company has launched the first two tools that make use of these models, including one that works similarly to dall-e or Midjourney, where users can input a prompt and receive an image in response. The second tool generates stylized text, similar to an AI-powered version of word art. The release of Adobe Firefly marks a significant launch for the company. As a central figure in the creative app ecosystem, Adobe has been largely inactive as new players entered the market and provided low-cost, high-quality tools for creating various types of media. Although Firefly is currently in beta and can only be accessed through a website, Adobe intends to eventually integrate generative AI tools into its suite of creative apps, including popular programs like Photoshop, Illustrator, and Premiere. According to Alexandra Costin, the VP of Generative AI and Sensei at Adobe, the company is not apprehensive about change and is instead welcoming it. Costin explained that Adobe intends to incorporate the capabilities of generative AI directly into their products, making it unnecessary for customers to distinguish between generative AI and other features. Adobe is taking a unique approach with its generative AI tools as it openly discusses the data used to train its models, unlike many other companies. Adobe claims that the data used to train its models is either out of copyright, licensed for training purposes, or available in the Adobe stock library, which the company has the right to use. This approach is intended to ensure that Adobe's system doesn't upset artists and is more brand safe. According to Costin, this approach also allows Adobe to generate high-quality content without infringing on the intellectual property of brands or others because their models have not been trained on such content. According to Costin, Adobe intends to compensate artists who provide training data. While this won't be implemented at launch, the company plans to develop a compensation strategy before the system exits beta testing. Costin stated that they are currently considering various options for compensation. Adobe is striving to make its AI tools more user-friendly than those of its competitors. Instead of requiring users to enter an unusual combination of descriptors to style an image, Adobe has included built-in options for art styles, lighting, and aspect ratio. This feature is a more comprehensive version of what Canva currently offers. Users can apply these effects to an existing image rather than having to generate a new one each time they want to update the effect. While users can still enter custom options if desired, this built-in feature is designed to simplify the process. The text effect tool operates in a similar fashion, with preset options for the size of the effect and the color of the background. In the future, Adobe intends to integrate its generative tools into its range of applications and services. For example, Photoshop will feature AI-generated outpainting, while Illustrator will be capable of producing vector versions of hand-drawn sketches. Premiere will enable users to color grade or restyle an image using an image prompt. Although Adobe hasn't provided a specific timeline for the release of these features, they are examples of what the company is currently developing, according to Costin. Adobe has a feature in the works for Photoshop that could be divisive. The plan is to allow artists to train the system using their own work so that the tool can generate content in the artist's unique style. However, this feature presents the potential for misuse, such as using someone else's style to replicate their work. Costin acknowledges this issue and says that Adobe is considering how to address it. One idea that has been suggested is to compare uploaded images to Behance, the art-sharing social network owned by Adobe, to identify possible art thieves. There is no definitive decision on how this matter will be handled at this time. Adobe is developing a system called Do Not Train that will allow artists to embed the request in the metadata of their images, asking AI not to train on their work. However, it will only work if other creators respect the request. While Adobe has not yet announced any other partners who have agreed to respect the Do Not Train flag, they are in discussions with other model creators, although they haven't disclosed which ones. Adobe is planning to compete on a no training standard by offering artists a way to block AI from training on their work. They are developing a Do Not Train system, which will allow artists to embed the request into an image's metadata, which could prevent training systems from looking at it. However, whether the creators respect the request remains to be seen. While Adobe hasn't announced any other partners who have agreed to respect the Do Not Train flag yet, they are in talks with other model creators. Stability AI, the maker of the image generator Stable Diffusion, has committed to supporting artist opt-out requests registered to the Have I Been Trained website, which will remove the registered work from the training data for Stable Diffusion's next major release. The initial 2 tools of Firefly will be offered in a public beta from today. Requesting access to the beta won't require a Creative Cloud subscription, but Adobe will be restricting the number of participants. And that's a wrap for today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think about Adobe's new AI Firefly? Turn your notifications on and stay tuned for more content from AI Nexus.